Well, everyone. So I wanted to thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing to my YouTube channel. Roll to 100 subscribers, and roll to 1,000 subscribers, roll to 1,000,000 subscribers, and so forth and beyond. So I appreciate I'm doing this for you guys, and also for myself as well, because I want to share the Japanese tattoo, nautical theory, my life story, and all that jazz with all of y'all. So, alright, so let's get to it. So we're going to talk about the sumo wrestler. And yes, you can get a tattoo of a sumo wrestler. Anything Japanese, you can get tattoos of it, no matter what. It could be a tree with bug eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? That's considered a yokai. However, so we're going to talk about brief history about the sumo wrestler and how you guys like fat men and G-strings. Anyway, so the sumo wrestler the sumo wrestler is striking one another as a form of competitive full contact wrestling where a rikishi, I can't pronounce Japanese, I'm sorry, those of you guys who are Japanese, don't butcher me, I'm not Japanese, I'm black. So rikishi wrestler attempts to force his opponent out of a circular ring, dohyō, or into touching to the ground with any body part other than the soles of their feet, usually by throwing or shoving or pushing them down. Sumo originated in Japan, is the only country where it's practiced professionally and where it's considered a national sport. It is considered a gendai budō, which refers to modern Japanese martial art, but the sport has a history of spanning many centuries. Many ancient traditions have been preserved in sumo. Even today's sports, including many ritual elements such as use of salt purification from Shinto. Life as a wrestler is highly regimented, with rules regulated by the Japan Sumo Association. Most sumo wrestlers are required to live in communal sumo training stables, also known as in Japanese as heya. Heya is spelled Heya, where all aspects of daily lives, from meals to the manner of dress, and are dictated by a strict kyara tradition. The lifestyle has a negative effect on their health. The sumo wrestlers have an expectancy of about 10 years, less than average in a Japanese man. Wow. That's like Olympic sport training to the extreme. Anyway, from 2008 to 2016, the number of high-profile controversies and scandals rocked the sumo world, with associated effect with reputation and ticket sales. This effect has also affected the sport's ability to attract recruits. Despite the setback, sumo's popularity in general attendance has rebounded due to have multiple yokozuna, or grand champions, for the first time in a number of years. High-profile wrestlers grabbing public's attention. So basically, the prehistory of the sumo wrestler, prehistoric wall paintings indicated the sumo wrestler originated in agricultural ritual dance performed in prayer of good harvest. The first mention of sumo can be found in Kojiki manuscript dating back to 1712 BC or BC, which describes how possessive the Japanese islands were decided in a wrestling match between the kami, also known as the Teki Makazushi, and the Teki Manakitaka. Sorry guys if I pronounce it wrong. The Teki Makazuchi was a thunder god, swordsmanship conquest, created from the blood of the shed of the Inuzangi, swollen with the fire demon of Kagatuchi. Takamekata was god of water, wind, agriculture, and hunting, distant descended from the storm god Susanoo. When Takazuchi sought to conquer the land of Izumo, Takamekata challenged him to a hand-to-hand combat in melee. Now Takamekata grabbed Takamekata's arms and crushed it like a reed, defeating Takamekata and claiming Izumo. Now, however, this has been dating back for many years. So you can see in ancient artifacts of the sumo wrestler. So now we talked about the brief history of it. If you guys want to do more research on it, go ahead as well. I just gave you the whole synopsis of the sumo wrestler. Now, when you get the tattoo of sumo wrestler, it doesn't have to really mean anything. Sometimes you admire the sumo wrestler, or you just want to have a Japanese culture inside of your skin, or whatever the case may be. Now, the sumo wrestler, you can have it in many forms. You can have it in the ukiyo-e, neo-traditional, realistic form, or you can have it in the kappa frog form. You can have it in the frog form, or you can have a fat kappa portraying as a sumo wrestler. So you can get a little creative with it. You can have the anime style type of sumo as well, which you see in this display as well. Most wrestlers, they get the sumo wrestler tattoo. Most American and French and German wrestlers get the sumo back piece tattoo, which you'll see right here as well. Kentaro can be portrayed as a sumo wrestler as well. That's where the inspiration kind of came from as well. If you look at my episode on Kentaro, the Japanese Hercules, the sumo wrestler kind of got inspired by that as like a folk hero, you know, because Japanese people go based on folk tales and stuff like that, fables and folk tales and nursery rhymes and their version of it. So you can have it in many different ways when you get the sumo wrestling tattoo. You can have it a small piece, big piece, a back piece, a front piece, leg piece, side piece, or whatever the case may be. So when you have that stuff, yeah, basically that's what a sumo wrestler is. But it's always been funny how the sumo wrestler operates. Like, they eat a lot of food but burn a lot of calories. It always amazes me how they're able to maintain that weight, burn a lot of calories, eat a lot of food. To me, I feel like they're kind of blubber bodybuilders, in my personal opinion, because that's something that bodybuilders dream to do, maintaining weight. Not the fatness of it, but the athleticism of the sumo wrestler and how strong they are. Like, bodybuilders dream in the West. They dream of having that type of strength. They train their whole life just to do that. And it's amazing to me how the sumo wrestler is like that. But they look obese, they look unhealthy from the outside. But if you test their strength and test their durability and their dexterity and their endurance, they can run circles on you. And it's really amazing. So it's an amazing thing to really look into as I was researching this. Like, and many anime and manga comics has glorified them as well. Many anime shows has glorified them. Many video games has glorified the sumo wrestler. Like, for example, if you guys play the game Tekken, you'll see the sumo wrestler play as the sumo wrestler. I forgot his name. And then you'll have the bear does a sumo stance as well. So it's really amazing how these things are. So how the sumo wrestler is. But you can have it in many different ways. But the height of the sumo wrestler started the Edo period. As I said before in the Japanese series, everything was heightened at the Edo period from 1603 to 1867. Anything before that, it was like the start of what we know as modern Japanese tattoo culture. But prior to that was like kind of like a baby steps. But the Edo period was like the golden age of what it is today. So starting the Edo period, because sumo had to become a nuisance to the wild fighting in the streets, particularly in Edo, which is modern-day Tokyo, sumo was temporarily banned from the city during the Edo period. I don't know why, but, well, they told you why. Sumo was permitted to be held at charity events or the property of Shinto shrines, was a common for Kyoto and Osaka. First sanctioned tournament took place in Tomoko Hachimen Shrine at this time. The official sumo organization developed consistently professional wrestlers' disposal of the Edo period, Edo administration, and the emperor as well. Many elements date this period, such as the dohyō, ri, and heya system, and the gyoji, Miyawashi of the 18th century brought forth to notable wrestlers such as Raiden Titomon, Onogawa, Kisaburo, and Tanikaze Kaji no Suke, the first historical Yokozuna. And when Commodore Matthew Perry was shown sumo wrestling during his expedition in 1853 to Japan, he found a distaste and arranged a military showcase displaying the merits of Western organization. Of course, Matthew Perry he's a patriot. He thinks the American system is better. But there goes imperialism for you guys. But it has been stored during the Meiji Restoration of 1868, brought to the end of feudal system. The wealthy Daimyo sponsors, and due to fixation of Western culture, sumo has become seen as embarrassment and backwards. Until after World War II, that's when sumo wrestling, as it is known today, and as it's formed today, has been brought back to what it is as we see from the first clip of the video and to the last clip of this YouTube video. So there are many portraits, many ukiyo-es of the sumo. Now, in case you're wondering, are you looking for like a guide to be a sumo wrestler? Well, this is not the video for that, but I will tell the guides in case you're inspired to be a sumo wrestler. So pretty much overall, the rules and customs of sumo wrestling. The element principle of sumo wrestling is that a match is decided a fighter first either be forced out of the circular ring.
Nog niet geconcentreerd. Als die konishiki moet ik zeggen, konishiki, ja. Als die zich op zijn buik klopt, is het net of ik de grote trom hoor van een marinekapel. Zo. Ja, en de zwaardere gaat onderuit. Kotoinazuma wint.